Here tonight to also learn a little bit about Duchenne muscular dystrophy and Zubin's wish. So, Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a tragic, insidious disease that prevents young boys from having a protein that is essential to muscles called dystrophin. It renders them immobile and eventually takes their lives through the destruction of cardiac and lung muscle function. It is 100% fatal at this time, and Zubin's wish is working to change that outcome. So we're working directly with researchers and translational clinical research to make a difference. We are extremely motivated, so it's good to note that, to get our funds raised and used the most efficiently and productively way possible. We come from a great background of passion for that, and I'll explain that a little later. And it's also important to note that all of our operations are completely volunteer-based, so 100% of money raised here tonight goes directly to our mission, so thank you. Zubin's wish has a very personal impact on my life. 5 years ago next week, because I'll never forget the day, my son Zubin was diagnosed with this tragic disease, and life was never the same. So as you can imagine, all my dreams as a parent were shattered, and we decided to do something about it. So in 2009, we started Zubin's Wish, hoping to make a difference in the outcome of this disease for all young boys around this world. It happens to be the most common genetic killer of children worldwide. Our first trial was at Kennedy Krieger Institute at Johns Hopkins, where we're studying actually a current pharmaceutical drug called sildenafil, to prevent and treat the cardiomyopathy that actually takes these boys' lives. And the initial results have been quite promising, so we're very excited about that. There's some information on tables outside and around the room on our most recent projects. Our most recent funding was a drug molecule called HALO. And that HALO is a molecule that has shown great promise in preventing muscle fibrosis and actually reversing it. And this is a really exciting grassroots project for us. Halo Therapeutics, the company that is doing the research, is started by two larger family foundations with our same clinical mission. And Zubin's Wish and 11 other nonprofit foundations have funded the research to make this happen. So actually this fall of this year, phase 2 human trials are starting because of that. It's extremely rare in the realm of drug development to have that much money efficiently move from the private sector to drug development, but that's how motivated all these foundations are, and it comes from the help of our motivation and donors like you, so it's very exciting work that we're doing. In 2012, we also co-funded the Duchenne Alliance. That's a group of 38 nonprofit organizations around the country. And the Duchenne Alliance is a very innovative form of foundation collaboration. So we collaborate to co-identify, co-review, and co-fund new research. So Zubin's Wish is really taking charge in this kind of groundbreaking revolution in DMD research, and we're hoping to make a difference and change what's happening for these boys around the world. And so that's a little bit of what we've done, but I'm just going to share with you before I get down the biggest reason that I do this work, because it's tiring. And the biggest reason that we do this work is because, of course, we want a cure for Zubin and all boys, but there's much more than that. When my husband and I were given this news of this diagnosis, we were presented with something that it's just too hard to understand until a parent is given this challenge. But we were presented with the act of actually having to purely and unconditionally love our child without any attachment to outcome. Because when you have a child that you need to love and nurture and you're told will be taken away from you, it's a challenge that makes your heart close down. Truly, I'll just admit to you. Your heart wants to close to the pain, and frankly, you want to close to the world around you. It just seems too cruel, too unjust. It seems to go against the flow of nature. But really, in that situation, and in life as a whole, the only thing you can do is keep opening your heart. And so we found that the most difficult thing to do was the only thing to do. And it was only then that we felt the extremes of joy and pain that we feel now. It seemed like the more we opened our hearts, the more we grieved, but the more we rejoiced in life itself, and the more we felt alive. And that's really what life is all about. It's about living every moment, every emotion, every experience, not opening to some and closing to others. And so Zubin's wish has been and continues to be a natural extension of that for us, of saying we're going to meet what life has presented to us, we're going to accept it, embrace it, and surround it with meaning, love, and hope. And so every trial that we co-fund, every person we connect with through our foundation, every time we touch and open a heart, we share that wisdom that this tragedy has given us. And the world that seems so cruel and unjust, it seems like it's filled with love and connection and joy and hope. And really, tragedies all around us every day. We all know that. So what we can hope for is that we just continue to meet it, to give it meaning, and surround it with love and hope. And so, I think that we often think of giving to help others, but what I really think is that when we give, we help ourselves. Because what we do is we help ourselves open, we help ourselves touch deep crevices of our heart, and we open to life itself. So one of my favorite poets, I love to quote poets, but one of my favorite poets, David White, said that everything is a luminous invitation to a depth of experience that no ordinary conversation will give you the key to. Everything is a luminous invitation to a depth of experience that no ordinary conversation will give you the key to. And so tonight I leave you with that brilliant luminosity and invite you to give, not only tonight, but every day, to things that you feel passionate about, that you connect with, to give of yourself and really just give to life. Thank you for being here tonight.